February 18th here in southern Ontario, Canada. I want to go back in time a year ago to the Couits, Alberta border crossing in Alberta because Trudeau, in his press announcement, saying how delighted he is, his cousin Paul Rouleau said his hair is good and the enactment of the Emergencies Act was justified. He mentioned the items, forgive me for censorship, using the word items, found at Couits, Alberta were directly related to the convoy and endangering the public, and yeah, Trudeau BS. First, let me say what happened at Couits, Alberta. It was the RCMP who closed the road in both directions. I mean, it's prairie out there, big service roads on both sides of the highway. There were daily gatherings there, kind of like tailgate parties, really, for people supporting the convoy and sharing their hopes and joy that maybe government overreach, that Ottawa would listen to the people all across the nation, and of course in Ottawa. Now, word came down that a convoy was being formed in Edmonton, considerably north in the province of Alberta, and was going to come down to Couits. Now, the RCMP responded by blockading the road in both directions, closing the border down. The mainstream media didn't present it that way, but that's what happened. One might suspect the order came from Ottawa, as it's come to light since that Brenda Lucki, the commissioner of the RCMP, has been riding in Trudeau's hip pocket all along. However, that's how it played out. So the Albertan people were, miffed by this. They just drove their tractors and trucks around the hapless RCMP and joined the rally in Alberta, or at Couits, I should say. Now, again, there were no structures set up there, no barbecues, no bouncy castles, no hot tubs. It was just day gatherings. So then things got funky. Somebody, a private individual, helicoptered supplies into the people who were stuck, trapped at the border by the RCMP. They couldn't get out unless they were going to cowboy around the same way everybody drove around them on the way in. Not everybody had a truck and a tractor. So that's what went down at Couits. Anyways, not quite sure how it played out. They found some items at that point in time at the border of Couits. Now, it would seem evident that these items were not related to the convoy at all. They were just misfortunate in timing. And the RCMP displayed a fold-out cafeteria-style table of these items that were supposedly confiscated at Couits. And even to a non-aficionado, you look at that table and you go, well, it's kind of some junk and bits and pieces and parts and not anything closely resembling the weapons of war or the arms of an insurrection. There's some pretty junky looking stuff. And it came to light quite quickly that that picture had been taken in an incident like a year or two earlier. Same two cops, same table, same items, same display. I mean, it wasn't like they got two different cops and rearranged the items. It was the same picture. So that whole thing just died a quiet death. Poof, it just disappeared. It went away. Then the RCMP apparently did some raids and found some other items. Now, this rabbit hole I've not gone down. I mean, I'm not armed with a big enough light here to explore that rabbit hole. I don't know what that is all about, really. Perhaps someone in the comment can attach a link. Taking us, putting some light, if you will, on that subject matter. I myself don't know anything about it beyond, how the RCMP shut the border down and the table full of said items and related. It should be noted, I suppose, I should mention, you can't attach links in the comments anymore. YouTube has stopped that. If you have a link that would shine any light on any of that for us, you have to type it in. But I just wanted to mention that business about Couts, Alberta, and the items, because Trudeau chirps away like, well, it had as much to do with reality as what the Nazi flags in Ottawa, which turned out to be waved by an employee of his, Trudeau that is. So anyways, I just wanted to put that out there because the mainstream media, of course, I will imagine, will pick right up on Trudeau's line about that, because it all ties in, of course, to the confiscation program, doesn't it? Although I don't suppose it, how could he work it into the climate crisis and the just transition and the need to crush Alberta and make us all impoverished with no fuel and petroleum? I suppose the speechwriters are working on that one.